You've probably never questioned how easily the past can be rewritten, but you should. In the spring of 1983, the world of historical scholarship was rocked by an artifact so monumental it promised to rewrite the 20th century. It was nothing less than the lost personal diaries of Adolf Hitler, spanning decades of war, paranoia, and secret inner thoughts. 62 small, black-bound volumes filled with neat script supposedly recovered from a plane crash in 1945. The price tag attached to them was staggering. Over 9 million Deutschmarks, roughly $4 million at the time.
A major West German news magazine, Stern, had secured the exclusive scoop, aiming to beat the global media landscape to the punch.
To validate the find, Stern turned to the most respected authorities on the Third Reich money could buy. Among them was British historian Hugh Trevor-Roper, a renowned expert on Nazi intelligence and Hitler's final days. After a brief inspection, Trevor-Roper declared himself entirely convinced of their absolute authenticity.
A grand international press conference was hastily assembled in Hamburg to announce the monumental historical discovery.
The headlines flashed across the globe, promising a radical reassessment of history's most infamous dictator.
Yet, the man who actually wrote those thousands of pages had never set foot in the Nazi high command.
His name was Konrad Kujau, a small-time art dealer, petty criminal, and remarkably talented forger. Kujau had purchased cheap blank notebooks, treated the paper with artificial aging agents, and stitched them together using modern synthetic thread.
He didn't even use a vintage fountain pen for all of them. Some entries were scribbled with ink containing chemical stabilizers invented decades after the war. It took forensic scientists less than 2 weeks of actual scientific testing to completely demolish the illusion.
Ultraviolet light revealed modern optical brighteners in the paper. The binding threads contained polyester. The glue was modern commercial adhesive. Hugh Trevor-Roper's brilliant reputation crumbled overnight. Forced to admit he had suffered a catastrophic lapse in judgment. The embarrassing retraction was broadcast worldwide, turning a historical triumph into one of the greatest journalistic farces of the 20th century.
And here is the part most retellings gloss over. The forgery wasn't actually particularly good. Kujau made comical historical errors, mixing up dates and fabricating absurd anecdotes that any baseline academic skepticism should have caught immediately.
So, why did editors, publishers, and elite historians look right past these blaring warning signs? The answer lies in a powerful psychological blind spot. Confirmation bias wrapped neatly in institutional desperation,
exposing the underlying motivation so badly that their internal skepticism was completely anesthetized by wishful thinking. And the historians? They trusted their own intuition and status far more than they trusted empirical verification. When an artifact confirms what an expert already expects or desperately wants to find, the threshold for proof plummets. The human brain is remarkably adept at rationalizing contradictory details if the overarching narrative feels emotionally satisfying. Ku Zhao didn't just forge ink and paper. He manufactured a mirror reflecting back the exact desires of the people buying his product.
Consequences followed swiftly. Trials, prison sentences, and enduring humiliation for the institutions involved.
Yet, the lesson of 1983 isn't just about one clever criminal or gullible editors in West Germany. Drop a comment below. What piece of modern media do you think people will look back on and laugh at for the exact same reasons? It serves as a permanent reminder that authority and expertise offer no natural immunity against the desire to believe a compelling story. Because when the evidence tells us what we desperately want to hear, we almost always forget to check the threads. If you enjoy unearthing the hidden mechanics of human delusion, consider subscribing for more deep dives into history's blind spots.